Coming Saturday, August 2, we have 3 interesting webinars for you. Morning 10 a.m., we have Smart Income in Retirement. Why Systematic Withdrawal Plan SWP beat traditional interest income. At 11 a.m., we have It's Never Too Late. Special Kodishwari webinar only for women. For all the women out there, please register. At 11 a.m., we also have From FDs to PMS, Smarter Income Strategies that don't compromise growth. Links are in description. Please register today.
Have you dreamt of making large returns in the market? Do you want your portfolio to earn outsized returns? Then you need to know the big secrets that are driving the market and that can make you a wealth creator. Today, we're going to talk about 3 of these secrets that can help you up your investing game. So the first secret that I'm going to reveal to you is about something that's counterintuitive to most investors. And it's that there is no bad time to invest in the market. Now, investors often ask, when is a good time to invest? Should I put in a lump sum now? Should I wait for the market to correct? While it's important to have an idea of where the markets are and whether you're buying at an expensive level or a cheap level, it's not going to be the primary driver of wealth creation. So then what is it that you need to know? So at every point in the market, there's always going to be an opportunity for you to invest. Specifically, if you're a multi-asset investor, you can participate in other asset classes when you feel that equity is not living up to its name. If you're a pure equity investor, there's always some part of the market that's trading at attractive valuations, and you should look to make money there. The other thing is, as the market moves, what changes is where you invest, how much you invest, and how quickly you invest. Rather than focusing on whether or not to invest, an investor only needs to decide on pacing, priorities, and opportunities. This brings us to our second secret, which is on valuations. Well, this is not a very well kept secret. Most investors already know that paying the right valuation will get you better results in the long run. But what we forget is that the market is an irrational place, and one analogy that we can always fall back on is the Mr. Market analogy. So when the market is mispricing opportunities and giving you crazy ideas in terms of buying and selling, then we need to grab onto them without going through the emotional roller coaster that the market is on. So the idea is to step back, pay attention to how much you're paying for a particular idea, and to look at the potential returns from there. If you're always buying at fair or below fair value, then you have a cushion in terms of how much you can lose, which means you have better risk management, but it also gives you a little bit extra on the upside. So this is a great thing to keep in mind, especially when you're making decisions of either owning or selling a particular investment. Coming to the last secret, this one is not as well kept, and it's something that a lot of investors actually don't have enough focus on, which is position sizing. Now, let's say you're an investor and you have a great idea, but it just doesn't get the same kind of weightage that it should in terms of your conviction and your position size matching. So if you have a lot of faith in how a particular investment is going to perform, then you need to be convinced, and you also need to build the position accordingly. What we see in a lot of DIY portfolios is typically a more diversified approach, which dilutes the power of your winners. So if you're somebody who's convinced, then you need to position size accordingly. After all, it's easier to come up with 10 winning ideas than 100 winning ideas. Naturally, fewer ideas are likely to succeed than more ideas. So if you want to make outlier returns, you need to have a more focused approach in terms of how many ideas you have in your portfolio, as well as how convinced you are, and size them accordingly. So this brings us to the end of this video. We hope these 3 market secrets are helping you create a lot of wealth. If you would like to create wealth with one of our products, then reach out to us at 9500027285.